Today I fucked up by giving my girlfriend an open neck with flour. This happened like honestly a couple of minutes ago. I'm talking about a farm fresh fuck up. So, if you don't know what an open neck is, it's basically giving someone a firm open palm slap and grab to the back of their neck. Hence, open neck. My girlfriend has an oddly shaped head. It's not ugly, it's just incredibly round and has a very baby-like appearance. It fits her well. I have an ugly ass head. It's like my shit was formed in a square box, like this Japanese watermelons. So I'm not a candidate for the perfect head club. Most of the time, if not all the time, she has her hair in a tight bun. It makes her round, baby-like head look extra round and open neckable. About a month ago I started to get on the pattern of calling her out about her head. I'd catch her off guard and yell baby head as followed by a light slap and grab to the back of her neck. She thought this was always funny, but on the rare occasion she just isn't in the vibe and doesn't find it funny, so I obviously have to apologize, then offer a foot rub to consolidate for my bitch ass behavior. Well, today, she seemed in a good mood. She was playing NHL 20 online on my Xbox. She's competitive, and these dudes were whooping her ass. She wasn't saying anything and I noticed no signs of her angered. She's just silent with a dead lock on the flat screen, cute as can be. I had an idea. The next time she scored, I'll give her an open neck as a way to boost her confidence. Makes no sense to you, but it's a perfect plan to me. That wasn't all though. I'll use flour instead of just my bare hands so she gets that feeling of a winning season coach being doused in Gatorade from the cooler like you see in old football films. Well, I set myself up to where I had the flour in my hand, waiting behind her. Game's in overtime. Now she's tense. She comes up, rips a shot, scores and wins it. She jumps up and turns around. Fuck ye. #. Now I had no clue she was gonna jump up and look at me. I didn't think she knew I was there. But my instinct to aim for the neck kicked in as soon as I saw the goal happen. It didn't hit her neck. Instead, I bitch slapped her with a handful of flour which got into her eyes and sent her into a sneezing fit. The white powder is everywhere on my couch, floor, controller, table, food, everywhere. She's running around the living room yelling, "Gar wididju achu, pthhhhhh wididja fucky achu mother pthhhhh." Can't stop laughing, but then I realized she's actually starting to have an actual sneezing fit. And she can't control it. I thought she was gonna die, but she was fine. Her retaliation was to take the bag of flour and throw it at me, sending me into a sneezing fit. So now, I have to run around the living room as well with this flour in my eyes and up my nose. We're both yelling, sneezing, screaming, spitting. Everything. My living room is completely destroyed with flour. There is flour everywhere. On the table, couch, floors, on the goddamn walls, it's even on the kitchen stove. My eyes are red as a beet. She's still cussing me out and sneezing and I'm still uncontrollably laughing. This ordeal has been going on for about 3 hours now. Too long didn't read. Basically bitch slapped my girlfriend in the face with a handful of baking flour and sent her into a sneezing fit and fucked my entire living room up. Edit, thank you for silver. I didn't think this was that great of a post. I thought it was good but not good enough for a medal. Figured I should give you all a little backstory about the aftermath and how we handled it. She was only mad because she couldn't stop sneezing. All in all, after the fact we could not stop laughing at it. Our 3-month-old Frenchie, named Greg, was also covered in flour which we didn't notice until this morning. We cleaned up the mess completely, even went out and bought a rug and furniture cleaner. She took the liberty of buying a new bag of flour because she is a baker and she was upset that she threw it and wasted it. She only blamed herself, because ultimately she created more of the mess. Imagine a 5'11 D2 women's basketball forward whipping a big of flour across a living room. Definitely had some power behind it, could have caused a lot of damage. Yes, I deserved it. Let's clarify these things also. She is not a priss, she took this shit like a champion. She didn't sit around and cry because she had flour everywhere. She was squaring up ready to body box instead. She wasn't wearing expensive as leggings and sleepwear, she was wearing my shirt, pantsless. She was not as mad as you think she was. Her reaction was a surprised what the fuck happened ordeal. And finally, I didn't rock her shit with the slap. I didn't backhand her, or create contact to where it would harm her. The motion of the slap came down overhand, and her being shorter than I am caused her to look up, creating a flower-filled open palm slap right to her forehead and eyebrow area. So don't get it twisted. There's no domestic violence here. The flower cushioned the blow. She said nothing about the slap. To her it just was as if someone threw it in her face. Do you want ants? Because this is how you get ants. NGL, if I told her ants would be coming, she would be in a state of panic and attempt to vacate the house. Baby head hates bugs. I know this today I fucked up is real because it's so dumb lol. Good job. I love how the narration is so vivid that I can literally picture the entire incident unfolding, scene by scene. Great today I fucked up and great presentation there man. Also, my condolences for having to clean the entire living room. Flower is a bitch. More to the point, a glue that makes a great culture medium. To misquote Archer, do you want mold? Cause this is how you get mold. If the glue-like consistency wasn't bad enough, you'll also torture anyone in the household that has allergies after the fact if you don't approach the cleanup methodically. Any vacuum is better than none, but hoovering up fine-grained debris without filtration is essentially leaf blowing it out the exhaust of the vacuum. If you can clean up silt, powder, etc. glitter bombs are child's play. Glitter can do bad things to pets if they ingest enough of it, however, size and composition matter. I have a unique perspective on this, and let me assure you, you're going to be finding flower for years. You see, on November 30, 2018 Anchorage had a 7.1 earthquake. My daughter was attempting to place our then 7-month-old underneath her small trampoline over him and trying to jump. My wife placed the trampoline safely in the kitchen behind a baby gate. During the earthquake, our Costco-sized container of baking powder fell out of the cupboard, landed on the trampoline, and lost its lid. I found some powder the other day, while cleaning around the dishwasher. You'll never find it all. Today I fucked up, by jerking off into a sock for the first time. Obligatory, this happened a few years ago in college. During my sophomore year of college, I lived in a duplex with one other guy. I was single and had the whole upstairs of the duplex to myself. Needless to say, I had a lot of time on my hands for extracurricular activities. My routine consisted of taking my phone into the bathroom for a little bit of alone time. I would yank my chain and finish off into the toilet or shower. One day, I didn't feel like going to the bathroom and remembered that people always made jokes about masturbating into a sock. I had never done that before and decided that today was the day. I proceeded to churn butter and drop the load into a sock that I then proceeded to throw in my dirty clothes hamper. 2 days later I was in class and I remembered that I needed clean clothes for work, so I texted my roommate and asked if he could start a load of laundry for me. He kindly obliged. Half an hour later, as I am walking to my car, I get a phone call from my roommate. As soon as I answer, I am met with, "What the hell is on this sock?" I forgot about my makeshift condom when I asked him to do my laundry. This dude had touched a crusty sock with my solidified love juice all over it. Petrified, I deny what he and I both knew was on that sock. I knew I would never live this down. To this day, he does not let me live that down. He has told everyone, my wife, our friends, his mom. Too long didn't read. Masturbated into a sock for the first time. Threw sock in laundry basket. Asked my roommate to do my laundry and he picked up my semen encrusted sock. Years later, he tells my wife this story over dinner. The real MVP is the roommate who did your laundry for you. I'm still amazed by the amount of people who don't realize athlete's foot and jock itch are the same thing. Athlete's foot, jock itch, thrush, yeast infection. They're all the same essentially. Ringworm could be lumped in that group too, but it's a different fungal infection. Should have used a coconut. Rule number 1, always dispose of the evidence. This reminds me of one of my favorite jokes. Why did the semen cross the road? Because I wore the wrong socks. Today I fucked up by asking my ex for a birthday blowjob. Well, based on the title, there's one obvious FU, but no. Sadly, no. The throwaway username is relevant. Happened about a week ago, but my birthday is today, so I'm posting it today. Wall of background text. My ex of 7 years and I broke up earlier this year, but because leases and money are a thing, we still live together. It's not the end of the world. We get along great and care about each other. It's awkward, sure, and makes it difficult for either of us to move on, but we're trying. Before we broke up, we found out that we are sexually incompatible. I'm as vanilla as it gets. Early childhood trauma, early sexual maturity trauma lead to me not being even slightly kinky. She is into hardcore BDSM. She didn't know it when we first met years ago, but over time, we tried a few things in the bedroom that she found intriguing, then she found communities for it, then porn for it, and while I unashamedly say I have a several hundredweight TIFU, not my proudest fap, the stuff she is into is way more extreme than anything I'm comfortable with trying, i.e. I'm super into dirty talk. She likes full degradation and humiliation. I'm uncomfortable with but willing to do light choking. She wants to be choked to near blackout. She wants to try suspension from various parts of her body. I still can't do more than a couple of pull-ups. Well, this was never that big of a problem. Even if we're into different things, she has an incredibly low sex drive, but when it's on, it is on. So I'd push my boundaries a little, she'd lower her standards a little, and we'd end up having a great time. The thing is, we were celebrating my birthday since we both work pretty busy jobs. I'm in my mid-30s and I have never had a blowjob to completion. I'm her first serious relationship. She's in her late 20s and was with a guy long-term before me, and she just has always been against giving oral. I've gotten that reaction pretty consistently through every girl I've dated. Either they find oral gross in general, they finding giving it weird, or they think since I'm uncircumcised, I'm dirty, which I'm not. One way or another, the only person who has ever tried has been her, and although I can't be sure since. I mean, I haven't had one to the end, but I don't think she does them right because the 2 times I've been in her mouth I've pulled out in about 20 seconds because it really hurts. But fuck it. It's my birthday celebration. I'm way too old to not know what a blowjob feels like, and it's been a long time since we've done anything. So, I propose a swap. I'll go down on her, she'll go down on me. Happy birthday. She's game. Wonderful. So I get to it and give her a second to come back down and she starts up. I don't know what's changed, but something has, because this feels absolutely amazing. And it's been a long time since I've even had time to rub one out, so this is clearly not going to last long. That's fine, really. She'll honestly probably happy to get back to her day. But then there's that weird pain again. I twitch a little, so she pulls me out and says I can go finish myself. I said no, that wasn't an I'm coming twitch, it was an ow, what was that? Twitch. So she shrugs and gets back to it, and there it is again. And here's the fuck up. I read something years ago that says the real damage when a cat scratches you is when you pull away too quickly for their claws to disengage. Well, as it turns out, since she is into pain and she is into hardcore stuff, she had started gently grazing my dick with her teeth. Then whenever she thought she felt me respond, she would do a full-on bite. In this instance, I felt the pain, pulled out, and skinned a good portion of my dick because I didn't realize she was completely biting me. She's more offended that I didn't like it than mortified that she has disembodied dick skin on her teeth, but she is still mortified, and I cover up and just book it across the street to an urgent care because I have an open wound on my dick caused by teeth. Please don't let it get infected. I didn't even think of some sort of alternate story. I just told them the truth. My ex was giving me oral, used her teeth, I freaked out, and skinned my own damn dick. Only one of the nurses laughed. It was the male nurse. Too long didn't read. The 34-year-old oral virgin discovered that once bitten, twice shy applies even more to your dick. Try slapping her in the face when she bites. You'll both be happier. Hold up. Who starts biting another person's pee-pee without asking? That's literally foul play. What a dick move. Happy belated birthday, now go find a more compatible partner that will finish you off. I have one of these stories with an ex. She bite my dick about halfway down and I felt this tremendous pain, like something popped. It didn't last long and she went back at it. But knowing not to bite, she let me finish in her mouth, but as soon as it started she got super gaggy and went from wanting to swallow to sprinting to the bathroom. The pain, an infection. The cause, didn't know she cheated on me and her boss gave her the clap and she gave me the clap and basically shot out brown, rotten cum. So much ooh at the end there frown. This was wildly different than what I thought it was going to be about when I read the title.